From dawn till dusk, her stall never rested. Travelers stopped. Elders skipped their homes. Even children saved their coins just to taste her famous okwa, jollof, and ofe onogbo. But behind the sweetness of her food hid a secret darker than the deepest part of the forest. In the quiet village of Udezalu lived an old woman known as Mama Nnukwu, a food seller whose meals were so delicious that people fought, shoved, and argued just to buy a plate. Those who ate her food for too long became different. Their eyes looked distant. Their smiles too wide. Their loyalty too strong. They defended Mama Nnukwu fiercely, as though her food lived inside them. One moonless night, a young palm wine tapper, Obina, overheard two elders whispering.
Do you know where Mama Nnukwu gets her water? Shh! If she hears you, you're finished.
Obina's curiosity grew roots. The next morning, before the sun fully yawned into the sky, Obina followed Mama Nnukwu as she carried her clay pots into the forest. She walked past the farms, past the big Iroko tree, past the shrine no one visited anymore. Finally, she stopped at the one place the villagers feared more than hunger. There, hidden behind thick bushes, was a shallow stream, silent, murky, and cold. Obina watched in horror as Mama Nnukwu dipped her pot into it. This was no ordinary water. This was the water that flowed through ancient graves. The water that washed over bones and whispered through forgotten tombs. The water the elders called Mirindaiki Nki Aizu Ike, the restless ancestors' water. Mama Nnukwu smiled as she filled her pots.
They think they rush my food, but really I rush their souls.
Obina's heart slammed against his chest. He fled. He arrived in the village breathless and trembling, but before he could speak, a crowd surrounded Mama Nnukwu's stall, laughing, singing, fighting for plates. The aroma wrapped around them like a living thing. Obina shouted,
"She cooks with water from the burial ground!"
But instead of fear, the crowd turned to him with cold, empty eyes. Eyes that looked borrowed. Eyes that belonged to something else. They moved toward him slowly, like puppets pulled by invisible strings.
My children, Obina does not want you to eat. Show him your gratitude.
Their smiles stretched unnaturally. Their movements sharpened. Their voices blended like a chant carried by the wind. Obina ran. He never returned to Udezalu. The next week, Mama Nnukwu's stall had even more customers. Till today, travelers passing through Udezalu still rush Mama Nnukwu's food. They say the taste is unforgettable. They say one plate can change your life. They say it feels like something enters your bones and warms your spirit. And that is why people still rush Mama Nnukwu's food. Moral lesson: be careful what you hunger for. You may not know what is eating you back.